So the following is a video that I actually filmed last year sometime. I think I filmed it sometime in October or November. And it's about pen names. And I filmed this video and I was really confused. I didn't know if I wanted to use a pen name or not. And right after I uploaded that video, I actually took it down. I had done some thinking about it and I had already made the decision that I didn't want to use a pen name. So I took the video down. But then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? I think I'll go ahead and just re-upload that video because maybe somebody out there could benefit from it. You know, back when I uploaded it, I think the only people who viewed it, it had like 2 views, and I think those 2 views were me. So I don't even think anyone even saw it. I just thought I would upload it again just in case anyone wanted to watch it. And maybe if you're wondering if you want to use a pen name as well, maybe this video will help you. I just decided I did not want to use a pen name because it's just too much to juggle. And I don't got time for that. So, I mean, who's got time for that, right? But people love pen names. Not that there's anything wrong with pen names. I just think pen names are a lot of work. But anyway, so that was my decision. Spoiler alert. But I'm going to just go ahead and show you this video and enjoy. Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melody, and I thought today I would talk about something that's been on my mind for a while, and that is pen names. And specifically, whether or not it's a good idea to use one, whether I should use one. And this is what I'm going to say. If you're thinking about using a pen name, if you should or you shouldn't, I don't think there is a wrong answer. I think it's whatever you feel that you should do. And maybe there are some situations where you definitely should use a pen name. And I know you've heard all these before. If you're a school teacher, you know, when you write erotica, you're really involved with your church, and you write erotica, okay, maybe like in those situations, maybe you should use a pen name. So I am still not 100% sure if I'm going to use one or not. I've gone back and forth on this issue. When I first decided that I was going to start publishing books, I wanted to use my name because it's my name and I want to see my name on a book. So the idea of a pen name didn't even cross my mind. But then I started thinking about some other things that I wanted to write because my first novel was upper middle grade, young adult. But then the next thing I wanted to write was romance. And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe I should definitely use a pen name since they're so different. But like I say, I've gone back and forth on this issue, whether or not I should use one. And I just don't know. Maybe I should use a pen name because it's romance and there's, adult themes in these books. I don't write erotica, but I do write steamy stuff, I guess you could say. So these are my reasons why I might want to use a pen name. And really the only reason is because of the romance that I write. You may be saying, okay, well the easy solution, Melody, is to use a pen name. And so for a while there, I'm like, okay, great, yes, exactly. I am going to use a pen name. But then I looked into it and I thought of all the things that I would have to do if I wrote under a pen name. If you write under a pen name, you kind of have to develop a whole brand. Or a whole different brand. So I would have to do a second website. I would have to do a second, 2 social medias, 2 websites. And just the thought of juggling all that, I don't know if I really want to. I mean, maybe in the future I'll change my mind. I don't know, it just seems like a lot of work having to juggle 2 different names. So I'm not really sure if I want to use a pen name. And then it's like, well, what if I, you know, start getting a following, you know, under my name, and then I'm gonna have to like start all over, you know, with a new name. I just don't know. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do for now, because I'm just so overwhelmed with the idea of having to use multiple names for all this stuff, I think for now maybe I will just put it under my name. So I don't know, what do you think? Do you think you should use a pen name or not? I know there's a lot of talk about using different pen names like for different genres. And so I actually thought I was writing different genres, but I'm really not writing too different. My genres that I'm writing aren't too different. They're all contemporary. I mean, it's contemporary fiction and then like contemporary romance. So what do you think about pen names? Leave me a comment below and let me know if you're using one. Let me know if you think that I'm crazy about thinking about not using a pen name, or maybe it just doesn't really matter anymore, because maybe there will be some people who follow me. Like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking young adult romance is kind of different. But the young adult stuff that I write is kind of like Judy Blume. That's the best way I can explain it. I love Judy Blume. She's one of my favorite authors. And so I like to think, I mean, I'm not as good as Judy Blume. I mean, come on, she's like, you know, the queen. But I would like to think that I could be like a modern day Judy Blume. And Judy Blume, she writes adult novels too, so maybe I like to think that I like to write the things that I would like to read, and I love to read Judy Blume books, young adult books, and I like to read romance too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind when it gets closer to time. Right now, I'm just going to be probably the first things I'm going to be publishing are going to be my young adult, and then maybe when it gets time for the romance, maybe I'll make a decision by then. But I think for now, I think it would just be easier on me if I just use my name, because trying to juggle like 2 websites and 2 social media accounts, that just kind of makes me a little anxious. Like, just kind of, that makes me a little, that just kind of stresses me out. All right, well, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Bye.